You are a radio operator at a remote Arctic research outpost. 347 at sea, she. The microphone is cold in your hand, the metal leaching warmth from your skin. Through the headset, your own voice screams your name. A panicked, looping plea drowned in static, and the reinforced steel door of the radio shack is beginning to buckle inward. Here is how you got here. You are 24. This job, monitoring transmissions at the pole of inaccessibility, is your second chance. Engineering school did not work out. You understand differential equations, but you could not pass the exams. Your father, a man who built his own contracting business with his bare hands, did not hide his disappointment. He called it a lack of discipline. This posting is a testament to your discipline. 6 months of total isolation, monitoring atmospheric data, and serving as the sole communications link for the skeleton crew of geologists. The pay is obscene. It is enough to cover the down payment on your parents' house, the one they have been renting for 30 years. It is enough to make your father look at you differently. You take pride in the order of your station. The hum of the servers is a constant companion. The green glow of the oscilloscopes paints the walls at night. Your logbook is immaculate, every entry precise. Time, frequency, signal strength, content. You are the lifeline. Without you, the 3 scientists wintering over are just ghosts on a glacier. Your shift is midnight to 8 a.m. The loneliest hours. The world sleeps while you listen to the hiss and crackle of the ionosphere. Most nights it is just the rhythmic pulse of automated weather beacons or the faint chatter of Russian trawlers hundreds of miles away. You know the patterns. You know the ghosts in the machine. The first time you hear it, you log it as an anomaly. 3:14 at sea. A faint distorted voice on the 40-meter band, buried in noise. It is not unusual. High-frequency signals can skip off the upper atmosphere, traveling thousands of miles from their source. A ham radio operator in Argentina, a misdirected broadcast from a ship in the North Atlantic. You tweak the VFO, trying to clarify the signal, but it is gone as quickly as it came. You make a note. Faint vox, unidentified, poor propagation. You sip your coffee, the bitterness grounding you. It is a technical problem. Nothing more. The old-timer you replaced, a man named Harris with skin like cured leather, told you about this hour. He called it the hollow hour, between 3 and 4 a.m. local time, he said. The airwaves do strange things. The long night and the magnetic field conspiring to play tricks. He spoke of hearing whispers, music from defunct stations, voices calling from places that did not exist. You dismissed it as folklore. The ramblings of a man who had spent too much time alone. You believe in physics, not phantoms. There are scientific explanations for anomalous propagation. Sporadic E-layers. Tropospheric ducting. There is no such thing as a hollow hour. The next night, it returns. 3:22 at sea, IT. The same frequency. This time, the signal is stronger. You adjust the squelch, filtering out the static. A voice is there, a man's voice, tight with panic. The words are indistinct, chewed up by distance and interference. You lean closer, straining to parse the transmission. Mayday, call sign Victor Lima 0. Anyone copy? Victor Lima 0.8. That is your station's call sign. You sit up straight. It could be a relay. Someone trying to reach you, their signal weak, being repeated by another station. It is a standard emergency procedure. You check the other bands, searching for the primary signal. There is nothing. Just the empty hiss of the Arctic night. You grab your microphone, keying the transmitter. Unidentified station calling Victor Lima 0. Please repeat your transmission. I rate you strength 3. Readability 2. Over. Dot. The only answer is the whisper of static. The voice is gone. You log the event, your handwriting tighter than usual. An unauthorized use of a call sign is a serious offense. A prank, maybe. Some bored fisherman with a powerful rig. But the signal felt wrong. Desperate. For a week, the station is quiet. You perform your duties. You run diagnostics on the antenna array, recalibrate the transceiver, and exchange pleasantries with the lead geologist, Dr. Aris. He asks if you are sleeping well. He says you look tired. You tell him you are fine. You stop sleeping. You sit in the dark, watching the clock tick toward 3 a.m., a knot tightening in your stomach. You tell yourself it is the isolation. Harris warned you about this too. The way your own mind can turn on you in the endless dark. But it is not your mind. It is the radio. The signal comes back. 3:31 UTC. It is clearer now, as if the transmitter is closer. The signal-to-noise ratio is better. And you recognize the voice. You recognize the slight stutter on the plosive consonants, a habit you have spent your whole life trying to break. You recognize the timbre, the exact pitch of your own voice when you are trying very hard not to sound afraid. The voice on the radio is yours. It is breaking down. I don't know what it is. Oh God, it's at the door. You rip the headset off, your heart hammering against your ribs. Your breath fogs in the cold air of the shack. This is impossible. A recording. It must be a recording. Someone is playing a prank. A very, very cruel prank. But who? Aris and his team are miles away at the ice core site. No one has been here for months. You force yourself to be rational. To be the professional. You check the logs. No outgoing transmissions were made at that time. You check the equipment. No sign of tampering. The signal is external. It is coming from out there, in the dark. You put the headset back on, your hands trembling. The voice is still there, caught in a loop. A fragment of a sentence. At the door, at the door. You spend the next hour running every diagnostic you can think of. You use the direction-finding antenna to try and get a lock on the signal's origin. The reading is nonsensical. The signal is coming from everywhere at once. It is bouncing off the ice, the sky, the very air. But the strength is increasing. Slowly, steadily. Whatever is broadcasting is getting closer. The next night, you are ready. You have a pot of black coffee and a handheld spectrum analyzer. You are going to find the source. You are going to solve the problem. You are in control. 3:14 UTC. The static on the 40-meter band resolves into that familiar, terrible voice. Your voice. Mayday, mayday. This is Victor Lima 0. The generator is out. Perimeter alarms are tripped. You look at the monitor for the outpost systems. The generator's humming along perfectly. The perimeter fence sensors are all green. The broadcast is lying. It is just noise. Malicious, impossible noise. Then a light on your console blinks red. Generator fault. The steady hum of the station's power dies, replaced by the high whine of the emergency battery backup. The main lights cut out, leaving you in the eerie green glow of the equipment. Your blood runs cold. You look out the small triple-paned window of the shack. The floodlights illuminating the antenna mast are dark. The Arctic night presses in, absolute and suffocating. The voice on the radio continues, a perfect narration of your reality. Main power is down. Switching to battery, it knows I'm in here. You grab the satellite phone. Your primary responsibility is the safety of the crew. You need to call Aris, tell him the power is out, tell him to come back. You dial his number. There is no dial tone. The line is dead. The radio crackles. Sat phone is dead, it cut the line. You stare at the transceiver. It is not a recording. It is not a prank. It is a warning. From who? From where? The signal is stronger now than it has ever been. Crystal clear. It is like the person broadcasting is standing right outside the door. You are a man of science, of logic. There must be an explanation. A temporal distortion caused by a unique combination of solar flares and the Earth's magnetic field. A signal echoing through time. You are hearing a future event. Your own future. But that knowledge does not help. It does not change anything. It only makes you a spectator to your own demise. Something's at the perimeter fence. The voice in your ears says, breathless. Your voice. You hear it then. A sharp metallic snap from outside. The sound of a tension steel cable parting. You look at the sensor board. The icon for the south perimeter fence is flashing red. You are living the broadcast. You back away from the console, stumbling over your chair. Your meticulously ordered world has shattered. The rules of physics, of time, of reality, they are all broken. The logbook lies open on the desk, a useless record of an orderly world that no longer exists. It's moving toward the shack. It's not walking. It's dragging something. You press your ear against the insulated door, listening. You hear a sound carried on the wind. A heavy, rhythmic scraping. Something being pulled across the ice. It is getting closer. The voice in your headset is starting to break with panic. The door won't hold. It's not meant for this. It is describing the thick, reinforced steel door of your shack. The door you checked this morning. The door you believed was safe. A low thud vibrates through the floor. Then, another. Something is hitting the outside wall. Softly, at first. A test. "My name is Ben Carter." Your voice sobs through the radio. You have not said your own name aloud in months. Hearing it in your own terrified voice is a special kind of violation. "I'm the operator at Victor Lima 0. If anyone hears this..." Another thud. Harder this time. A dent appears in the steel of the door, pushing inward. It is impossible. Nothing out there has that kind of strength. The voice on the radio gives a choked cry of terror. It is a sound you have never made in your life, raw and animal. You are listening to yourself break. You realize the loop. The signal you have been hearing all week was not from the distant past. It was from the immediate future. From minutes, then seconds, away. The signal getting stronger was not the source moving through space, but through time. Closing the gap. The door groans, the metal shrieking as the locks begin to fail. The voice on the radio is screaming now. Just screaming. It is a sound of pure, unadulterated terror. And you finally understand. The broadcast is not just a warning. It is a beacon. The thing out there, it follows the signal. Your fear, your panic, broadcast across the frequency, that is what called it here. Your own terror is the instrument of your destruction. You have to warn someone. Anyone. You have to tell them not to answer, not to listen. You scramble back to the console, to the transmitter. It is the only thing you can do. Your one final act as the lifeline. You grab the microphone, its metal casing slick with your sweat. The door buckles, a hinge tearing loose with a sound like a gunshot. You key the mic and you open your mouth to scream a warning. And through the headset, you hear your own voice scream your name, a panicked, looping plea drowned in static. The words you are about to say, you are already hearing them. You are the source. You are the ghost on the frequency. It was you, all along. The door rips open. The Arctic night pours in, and with it, a shape of impossible angles, a thing made of static and coal. The last thing you see is the green light of the transmitter, broadcasting your final moments. The last thing you hear is your own voice, beginning its plea again, a faint, distorted signal skipping off the ionosphere, traveling out across the world, waiting for another operator, another lonely night. Another ear to listen. That's a wrap. Number stations are real-world shortwave radio stations of